Car Ride. Excerpt. Car Ride is a scary, funny story about a hitchhiker who was looking for a lift on a dark and stormy night. The man was standing on the side of the road, hitchhiking in the middle of a thunderstorm on a dark and moonless night. Time passed slowly and no cars went by. It was raining so hard he could hardly see his hand in front of his face. Suddenly, he saw the headlights of a car approaching over a nearby hill. The car was moving very slowly, approaching and appearing ghost-like in the rain. It slowly and silently crept toward him and stopped, wanting a ride real bad. The guy jumped in the car and closed the door. Only then did he realize that there was nobody behind the wheel, and no sound of the engine to be heard over the rain. Again, the car crept slowly forward, and Guy was terrified, too scared to think of jumping out and running. The guy saw that the car was approaching a sharp curve and, still too scared to jump out, he started to pray for his life, as he was sure the ghost car would go off the road and into the river, and he would surely drown. But just before the curve, a shadowy figure appeared at the driver's window, and a ghostly hand reached in and turned the steering wheel, guiding the car safely around the bend. Then, just as silently, the hand disappeared through the window and the hitchhiker was alone again, paralyzed with fear. The guy watched the hand reappear every time they reached a curve. Finally, the guy, scared to near death, had all he could take and jumped out of the car and ran to town. Wet and in shock, he went into the nearest bar and told everybody about his supernatural experience. A silence enveloped the room, and everybody got goosebumps when they realized the guy was telling the truth about the stand car and the ghostly hand that guided it on its way. Just then, two men walked into the bar. They were dripping wet, and as they took off their rain gear, they looked around the room. Their eyes came to rest on the hitchhiker. "Look," said one of the men, "there's the idiot who jumped into our car when we were pushing it in the rain."